It's a long one. Bond duration formula. Wiki. Oh yeah. It should have the duration equation. Yeah, this one. Here. It's not that bad. This one. The duration, the mass equation. But if you use that function in Excel, so this is
That's not that bad.
it's not that bad, but you have to see this sign. This means what? You add all these, and yeah, that's pretty bad. You have to be very careful. Yeah. So even one like on down below here, we have to get Will knows. We have to ask Will to help us. Now we have to add more stuff. But anyhow, you see how easy it is? This duration, so this is today's date, this is the maturity date, this is the coupon rate, this is yield to maturity, this is 2 for semi-annual, and that's all. So we got the answer.
I like Excel way better.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you can get it done in an easy way, and why you have to, it's the same thing, right? You still plug in the numbers. It's really nothing special. All right, so let's do the last part of this class. I'm tired. Somebody want to help me?
Just,
You know what? I don't know. You know what?
The case study looks like it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, but let's give it a try.
Just kind of just understanding.
But it has a it has a capital gain yield part we haven't done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So somebody want to come over here and try? See, it has to be. It has the capital gain yield, current yield, and these calculations. Not so long. It won't take too long for us. Some volunteer.
Is this an extra credit opportunity?
But you don't need the help.
Well, I mean, I am finance. I gotta negotiate.
Yeah, finance don't negotiate. Finance is like I need to get that quick. I'm number one. Yeah, it's accounting. Accounting need to negotiate, right?
Wait, what?
So somebody want to come over here and do this?
And she said if you'll give me extra credit, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for less extra credit than she will.
Who wants to do that for free?
Oh.
For free. For feeling good. Yeah, I'll quit.
We can just all.
I ask.
Let's do it with you. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I can do that, but I'm afraid like if I do that, it'll be too quick.
I have a bunch of the.
Call Ian. Tell him to come back. What he was doing. Give him a call. You have his number.
Yeah,
Call
that's the
him.
only reason I don't want to do it either, because I want to do it on my computer.
Well, I've already done it on my computer for most of it, but I don't want to redo it.
Oh, so
Okay.
you two want to do that? Okay, Sam and Liana.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Once I get to here, I can do it up through like the changes in over time, and then after that, can I do my own computer so I can like get the answers on my computer?
yeah. For the other part, for the next part, we can call Ian. Tell him to come. Yeah. Tell him to quit after he finishes class.
Yeah. Draw whatever he's doing.
I'm not teaching it, right? I'm just
You are
playing it.
teaching. No, you're teaching.
Why am I teaching?
You're teaching.
You're the teacher.
You should
You are the
practice.
teacher right now.
You
That's not
should
it.
practice.
Wait, is that what he wants to do, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not this.
Oh. What do you do? Wait, can I be a kid?
No.
Okay, I thought we were like live teaching. Or
Like, knock on wood, I don't.
He's going to
Like,
be a high school teacher,
Oh.
but not in finance.
but math, right?
Nope.
So, what's your subject you're teaching?
Bible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this a high school?
No, it's a high school.
Really?
It's a private school.
That's dope.
Thank you.
I like that.
So I mean, she literally told you what to do for this. Just plug in these values.
No, don't do that. You should explain to us.
But, okay. If we are trying to
Are we
calculate,
following? Are you following them? Yeah.
if we're trying to calculate the price, then the Excel value we're gonna plug in is the present value. You wanna make sure you do absolute value of that too, otherwise it'll come out negative. And then we know that our required rate, which is yield to maturity, is that one. And our years to maturity,
Yeah.
it's pretty straightforward. Where's the-
So it's wrong.
No, it's correct. Because the coupon rate and the required rate are the same, your face value, or sorry, your price is gonna be the same as the face value, because essentially what that means is the amount of money you're getting over time at the maturity of this bond, the amount of money that you're receiving is gonna be the same amount of money that it is selling for right now. So you don't really have a difference, and so that's why your present value, your price, is the same as the face value. It's because your coupon rate and your yield to maturity are the same. Does that make sense? And then this is just saying, like, essentially suppose that, your yield to maturity changes. So really all I did was I made these, does this computer, yes, it does, awesome. That's gonna make this way easier.
You guys following them? Yeah.
I'm better at doing it and then explaining it. I'm sorry. I know that.
It's okay. We
crap.
will stop you by asking you questions then.
Okay. Sorry. All right, hold on. I don't do well with doing this in front of people. I'm better
You did very well.
I'm better just behind a computer screen. It's not gonna make sense. I'm just give me a second.
You can also use.
I know.
There's I forgot what's that data table, right? Is that telling you what to do is a data table on the right side? You can try to use the data table.
Okay. So
Use the data table.
what?
Okay,
We have
wait.
to put in all those values?
What data table?
Now, what did you just do?
I will explain that.
Yeah.
What the heck is a data table?
Oh, it shows you, right?
What
So.
if,
I don't care about the data.
Oh, you mean this
Yeah.
data table? Yeah, I
Yeah,
used that. Yes.
Oh, you use the data table, yeah.
So all I did was this, is so I copied the function from up here, because all of the numbers are gonna be the same except for the required rate of return or your yield to maturity. Those are the same, by the way. And all I did was I kept all of the cell references the same, but then I changed the yield to maturity to be equal to whatever this data table was on the left, and then I just copied it down so that it auto-populated. So this is what it looks like, is that for my rate, I've got this cell, but I don't have it as an absolute reference. I have it as a flexible reference, and then everything else is referencing the numbers above these numbers.
Oh, you
But I have those as absolute so that those don't change. Because the only thing that's changing here is the yield to maturity. Does that make sense?
so you just put in the rate?
Yeah, exactly.
Instead, okay.
But I also, you can cut out time by essentially, if you make this a flexible reference,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and then you use this and you just drag down,
Yeah.
it'll auto-populate these for you.
Yeah, what Sam is doing is correct, but there's another way. See if it's showing
Oh,
on the
this
right.
one?
You can use the what if and that. You want to give it a try?
I don't know how to do that.
Well, give it a try and read it and,
Oh, God.
and use what if analysis and to generate it. If
Okay.
you have a long table,
Okay.
it will just
So what do I do?
Generate it.
Go to data,
yeah. Just read it. It tells you
what if,
Yeah.
data table,
data table. Yeah.
row input, okay. So this needs to be,
So you guys got it using this data table.
this, oh Lord, okay.
You
And
may
then
not get it this way.
enter and then click OK.
I tried to do it.
So that didn't
It's not
work.
working.
It's not working. I've done.
I got it through the way it's on the Excel, so it works.
No,
It's
no,
just
no,
mine's
but-
going
but-
to all zeros.
Yeah, but I'm trying to,
Okay.
learn some
For
new
interest
ways
rate.
using
Like mine's
data
going to
table.
all
Yeah,
zeros.
enter,
No.
then click OK. What?
Follow exactly.
So,
I did it exactly.
so it's
Here, okay, so I've got,
Yeah.
which cell do I, okay, C42.
You have to put equal C42 on
The blank,
cell
the
above.
blank one, yeah, the blank part.
In the
Oh, in the row input?
No. When it says bound value, the cell right under,
Yeah.
put equal C42.
Oh, okay.
And then you follow those steps.
Oh, got it.
And then do what?
See, but this is way harder.
No, if you have a long table. Did you get it? No? You have to highlight it. I remember
No,
you
you
have
got the whole, like, from A54.
No, it's just
Yeah.
highlight the area, yeah.
everything. You have to highlight the.
Oh, I have to highlight all this?
Like,
yeah,
even the R.
yeah.
Well, I did the R.
You see how much harder this is?
No, it isn't. But if you have a long table, you will automatically fill the numbers. Yeah, right?
Nope.
No,
No.
you
That
have to
is-
highlight,
It's
you have to highlight the
A54.
R, yeah, like A54.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yay,
it's right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that worked.
Yeah, so you have to define a place there, and then it will just use that one as equation, and then you shows like how which variables will be changing by like telling in that data table. So you guys got it? Using this one? Yeah,
Glad you guys do.
So it's good. You can look at the graph, so it's right. It's downward sloping with like higher yield to maturity, bond price will be falling. So you did it right. So by looking at the graph, you did it right. It has to be smoothly forward sloping. The curve has to be like that. You got it? Yeah. So this is the first part. Now the second part.
Which is yield to
Yeah,
maturity.
what about you? Are you with us? Do you need more help for that data table?
No, I got the data table when he did it first time.
No,
I'm
the
just
second
waiting.
time. The second time.
Do we have to know that?
You should. It's just some kind of trick or skill.
I mean, yeah, I know, but like, if we get the same answer, I kind of like zoned out. I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, like, I
You can show off to like
did.
you show off to other friends.
I'm sending you my homework right now.
Okay.
I'm sending you my homework.
I'm sending my homework in case studies.
I won't grade it until like I got everybody.
I know.
You can send it to me.
Well,
so it
this
gets
homework's not due until the final.
Yeah.
This homework's not due until the final, the one that we did.
Yeah, but
What? Yeah, it is.
The other one.
I'm getting it all out. I don't want to like
Yeah.
wait until the last minute. I will forget.
But
It's
you
the
guys,
same thing where you can rate, like,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
The closer distance finals, I'm not worried about.
And then I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, that one's different. Does everybody understand how to do that? That makes sense?
No, the 5% that you used did no.
Yeah. You don't?
Wait.
So first, I don't know, you I guess weren't paying attention, which is okay. These two numbers, annual payment.
You get practice for high school.
high
Oh, you weren't
Yeah.
paying attention. Okay.
your high school students.
You should call it that.
No, but
Got it.
No, we're just kidding. We're just kidding.
Response though.
That was a good response. It got everyone's
It was
attention.
just sassy enough, but it was like.
It was like,
I mean, if you're not gonna pay attention, that's fine. I just, so these two numbers aren't given. All I did, the future value or the par value is always 1,000, and then your coupon is just whatever the future value is times the coupon rate, and that gives you that. So you do that, and then you just do your rate function, and then just whatever it asks for in that rate function, just click the cell that is associated with that, and
It's
that
like
will.
not letting me type in. Okay.
Got it? Is that 5? Oh, here.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just.
The
I
thing.
can't see that. Like I can't. I know what you just said, but like I'm making sure that I'm doing this right, and I cannot see the top.
The thing that trips most people up is their coupon payment and their current price, they usually put this as positive instead of negative, and this one, just either through math error or whatever, will put this in incorrectly. So generally, I try to do as much of Excel as I can so that I don't make a mental math error and then get the wrong answer. So that's why I do lots of cell references, just because then it's Excel's fault, not my fault. Is everybody good? Okay. Yield to call, it's the same thing as yield to maturity, you just have to change up the numbers a little bit. So we know that it's a 9-year yield to call. It was 10 years, but now it's 9. Coupon rate is 10%. The annual payment would be 100 because it's 1,000 times 10%. Your current price is this number right here, but make sure you put it in as negative. This is going to be whatever it's callable at, so 1,100. This is 1,000. I know I just said always do cell references, but for sake of time I didn't. Where is it? There. 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 And that's your yield to call. Does that make sense?
What you got?
Can you go back
4.21?
to the
Yeah.
Excel, just so we
Can't
can
see.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So this one, it's the same. You're essentially doing yield to maturity, but you're doing yield to maturity of the callable year.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's all yield to call is it's your yield to maturity as if your maturity was the year it's going to be called, and the face value it's going to be called at.
Okay.
Because when they say it'll be called at a price of, that changes your future value because it's no longer called at a price of 1,000, which is what it normally is called at. Now they're doing a premium call price, so it kind of, it incentivizes you to buy the bond, because if the call price was still going to be 1,000, there wouldn't be as much incentive to buy the bond because you're not going to be getting as high of a yield because you're expecting to hold it for less amount of time, so your coupons aren't going to be as many, so they have to kind of incentivize people to buy these bonds. So they do what's called a call premium, which essentially just raises the call price by $100, $50, whatever, so that if it does get called, which it probably will, you get a closer amount in yield than what you would have. Because if this was 1,000, it's, almost 1% lower in yield. So it's more incentive because this is lower than, 5, so you're not really giving them much incentive to buy it because they're thinking, well, I could probably go buy a bond with a higher yield that's not callable. So you have to, it's a give and take of incentives of trying to make sure that investors are willing to buy the bonds, but also having that callable option so that if, your interest rates really drop, you can call the bond back and resell them.
Question, after, it says it can be called 10 years after, does that mean if it's a 15-year, they could call it at 12 years or 13 years, they can call it at any point? Or does it?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it would start to be
Yes.
callable at that year.
Okay.
And then
I didn't know if it was
from
like, okay, once you make it to year 11, because they didn't call it at 10, you're good for the rest, or
No,
they
they
can call
couldn't
it
call
any
before
time?
year 10.
Okay,
Oh.
so they can call it any time after that.
Yeah, after year 10. Okay. There was a question here.
Yeah, but there is the answer.
Right.
That's the answer. Yeah, you can read it to understand better the concept, and there is still some calculation. And remember, the hard part is to calculate the capital gain yield, and so you have to go down. There are more questions? Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now it's current yield.
all current yield is, it's your,
Coupon over price.
right,
Yeah.
that's all that is.
Yeah. Now
Everybody see that? Okay, good. Okay. This is a little bit more challenging. There's a lot of cell references here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna,
You can actually copy and
Yeah.
You get the answer.
Yeah.
But don't do that.
Yeah, so we're just finding the present value of the bonds. So actually, I think I didn't do absolute, but anyways, I'll do that later. So we're going to use all of the information. The only thing that's going to change for these three is your yield to maturity is going to be, or sorry, not your yield to maturity, your coupon rate is different for the three, so there's a little bit of cell differences, but I think it'll be easier if I kind of just show you, because then you have to plug it in down here too. I'll just do through one at a time. That way it's kind of continuous, if that
And then
makes
for that table, you can also use the data table, so we will fill it up automatically. Data table.
That actually, the data table might actually be really helpful in this case, because
Yeah, you have a
there were a
lot.
lot of cell references I had to do, so maybe it'll be helpful. I'm not sure, but your yield to maturity is always going to be 10%. That's what it says right here. It's the same for all three. You got 15 years as your NPER. This is where it kind of gets a little bit of cell referencey. So your payment amount is going to change for each bond. So all you're going to do is you're going to do the coupon rate times the face value, and then the face value, and now it didn't let me do it. You guys ready to see something awesome? So you ready for this? Boom.
So is that right? The
Yep.
answer is right?
As long as you have the correct cells as absolute references and flexible references, it saves so much time. So the absolute references here are the ones that are going to be the same for all of these bonds, which is the yield to maturity, the amount of periods, the face value, which is the same in both of these. The only thing that's changing is your coupon payment. And so all I did was I left this flexible so that when I drag down, it's 7% times 1,000 for this one, which is 70. And then it was 10% and then 13% respectively. You could manually input the numbers if you wanted to. I just like to kind of make it a little bit easier on myself. Can I show them the Excel way first before doing the data table?
I don't know if you can use data table or not. Maybe not, because it's not telling you what to do on
So all you're gonna do is let's take this one, copy that, take it here. Ooh. Oh, because that needs to be absolute now. No, that needs to be, sorry, I'll explain everything in just a minute. I'll just a second.
So is that right?
I have to do it in my own brain before I do it out loud. And then it's this one, and then minus. Oh wait, no wait. It's no. I've done this incorrectly. That one is 15 minus U. Yeah. And then I want to keep. Yeah. All right, and then drag down. Okay. So kind of explain what I did. So this is just essentially, it's like a sensitivity analysis, or not sensitivity. It
is sensitivity.
Okay, a sensitivity analysis of just like, what is the price of the bond going to be if everything kind of stays the same except for time.
It should getting closer and closer to $1,000.
Right.
So at maturity, it should be $1,000 because you don't receive any coupon anymore. So your last one should be $1,000. So Sam is doing right. It's 1,000, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the way I set it up is, now remember how this was flexible earlier? This needs to be absolute now because this entire section is all 7%. The coupon rate is always 7% for all of these, so that's now an absolute reference. That's gonna be the same. The thing I made flexible was the NPER, the thing that's the amount of years left until maturity. And all I did was, I did 15, which is the original yield to maturity, minus T, which is over here on the left. And then once I've plugged that in and I've left this number T as the flexible reference, if I do that drag down thing again, auto populates and you don't have to repeat yourself.
Could you make the formula for that?
Yeah, sorry, right there.
Could you make it bigger?
Can you like?
Oh, bigger. Sure.
Is control and
No, I can't.
You just put
Maybe we
15
do
minus
this,
like A158.
Dr. Foley, can you show him how you show the formula? on
The formula control and you press control and this one. Control and this, I forgot. If I don't do that myself, on this
For
one.
the one on
Control.
the top row.
This one. No? Yeah. If you press, yeah.
Click enter. And then try it again.
Control and this one.
There.
Yeah.
Oh,
Control and this.
got it. Where it shows the, okay, my bad. I don't know how to do that. All right, there you go.
I can't even see the
Can you?
I can't see too. Oh, this has to be absolute. That's why, or not? Oh, yeah. Okay. I did the absolute.
Okay. And if you have any questions as to why something's absolute versus flexible,
Like this. Right?
I can try and help.
How
Like-
do you make the whole? I can't see. What does it say? I got my glasses. Okay.
Oh, also the reason I
ABS.
put ABS in front of PV is
Yeah.
because ABS means absolute, so absolute value of, because it's going to give us a negative value, and then for the charts we want it to be positive,
Okay.
so that's why you have to do absolute value. It's because it'll always pop up negative, but for our sensitivity analysis we want it to be positive.
The app before or after. Okay. Learn parentheses? Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this its own cell? That would have saved me some time. I didn't realize that.
For you can calculate the current yield first, and then for capital gain yield you can just use
So
the
this
YTM minus
this is just
the coupon over. But you have to coupon over price. Do you have to go back to the numbers? You click one and that one.
I
again.
can do
Control and that one again.
this times
I left my glasses at home.
1,000.
Coupon yield, you just use the coupon over the price.
Right. The coupon you have to kind of
Oh
calculate.
yeah. Divided by price.
That divided by,
Price you just did.
This.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
and then it's not going to let me see if I did it correctly or not, but it will.
And then capital gain yield is the difference between the YTM. Well, how much is YTM is given, right?
What?
Yield to maturity, it is given, right?
The yield to maturity is 10%.
You use 10% minus the current yield. That would be,
Oh,
Yeah.
well that's nice.
yeah, because yield to maturity is.
Do you guys mind if I get out of this hellish look real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the ignore was like for the whole world. I was so.
No, ignore.
I did too, so it's like I don't know how to do
For
this.
that cell only, not the whole column.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, this is
Equals u minus u, make u absolute. Oh no, stop it. Okay. Yeah. Whoa.
No, it looks.
Yeah, hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
Can you do the hellish thing again?
Yeah, we'll do.
He
So
does not like
let's look
that.
at the graph. Let's look at if your calculation is right. Yeah, it's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You really wanna see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for the ignore row, so could you like
Oh.
roll over, yeah.
Let me,
A little more, sorry.
there. Oh, you need to see it, got it, and you're
Yeah,
sitting
capital
way over
gain
there.
yield, you can capital gain yield. You can also use like price in the next year divided by the prior year, subtract 1. That's also capital gain yield. It should be the same answer.
Okay,
Yeah, you can give it a try. It should be the same.
should be the,
Capital gain yield, it just
wait,
because
is the
price change
price of year 2 minus year 1?
minus use the difference divided by year 1. That should be your capital gain yield.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Do I
Or
have
you
to-
just use the yield minus the current yield.
Let's do that one. Because that's easier.
This is why it's easier.
Can you
Yeah.
switch back over?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, you're right.
Ah,
It changes the big trunk.
okay.
And you can try the other two. It's the same. The other two is
Yeah,
just
I just
different.
don't like this visual, but,
Yeah.
you almost there, Leona?
Yes, I'm like.
I just don't know how to do this while it's in this look.
I know.
I'm not very good at this look. Wait, can?
You can.
No, I can't, sorry. The entire page does it
Yeah.
that way.
So you guys got
I'm
it?
getting like all of zero.
Huh?
Is there a reason why D156?
Minus D159.
Is there a reason?
You did it raise the power of 1,000, not times.
Oh, okay, it's just. Alright, that makes more sense.
Now, capital gain yield is the difference of YTM minus current yield.
Ugh, why are you like that? Okay.
Can you open that one again, the capital?
So we just do the same thing and change it.
Yield.
This one?
Yeah.
All it is the yield to maturity
So
minus,
you might copy
your
the whole
current
three
yield?
columns into the next one, but you have to be.
you can do that,
You can do it, but you have to.
but you have to adjust a few things, which
Yeah.
I'll show you how to do.
Yeah.
Don't freak out.
Yeah.
Don't freak out. Okay, so for this one, because I made it a flexible cell reference, it needs to be a flexible cell reference, but you have to kind of update it, so. I know the numbers are all gonna be the same,
The
just,
coupons are wrong, right?
I know. I'm just doing it
So
one
for
at a
10%,
time.
it should be price should be all $1,000, right?
Oh, yeah.
The price
Yeah,
should be
it will be.
$1,000.
It will be. I just haven't updated it yet. Okie doke. And you, it's, instead of you, it's you. And then you gotta make that one absolute. And then update it. I know, I'm so sorry, Leona. I know this is
all
torture
that,
for
yeah,
you.
Sam is right because